I think I've done 2 streams now on YouTube. So hopefully we can get. I know we had a couple people pretty consistent watching on YouTube, so I'm hoping we can get those people back.
For sure.
Dude, I pulled a like inch-long hair out of my ear today.
Jeez. Oh,
like,
God. Jeez, bro.
Like it was attached. Like it was my hair in
Right.
my ear.
Well, thank God it was your hair.
I felt like I was like a little tickle in my ear, and I was like, "What's that?" And I felt, like got a hair, and I was like, "This motherfucker's attached." Yanked that thing out. It was so long. I was like, "What the heck is going on?"
Bro, you like pull it and hit your head.
Yeah.
Just,
Pulled some of my brain out, I think.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. I did that during lunch. It was kind of a weird experience.
For sure.
1 second. My lights were a little askew.
Yeah, no worries.
But yeah, it was crazy. I started checking in the other ear to see if I had matching,
just so you didn't get off balance.
See if I had matching inch-long hairs. Yo, Brandy, what's good? Welcome everybody to the Guys You Trust with Your Drink.
Howdy,
It's me and Mike. We're starting off strong. If you haven't been with us in a couple episodes, we are doing a new thing where we just talk. We just get warm. It's like a warm up, if you will. So you get to hear just like sometimes. I'll tell you where this idea came from, because me and Mike will get on, and before the time starts, we'll say some of the funniest stuff, and we're like, man, that should have been a part of the podcast. And so we've just started going live and talking, and then if something funny happens, it happens. You know what I mean? Pre-game chit-chat, exactly. Brandy, how are you? How is work? Are you working currently? Brandy's doing a night job gig.
Oh, dang. I think I saw something about that.
A night shift.
How's that going, Brandy? Night shift.
But
cleaning the bathroom at night.
At night. I'm taking out the trash at night.
How do you like Firewatch?
Yo, American Free, welcome in. How did you like Firewatch? Firewatch, I haven't finished it, but I will say I'm intrigued. It's piqued my interest. Michael, have you played Firewatch?
Is that a game or a movie?
No, it's a game. I think I
saw a gameplay of it.
I'm pretty sure it's free.
I haven't played it
on Game Pass. Joy played.
Oh, really?
It is a story of a man who, I feel like I shouldn't tell you anything about it and just like have you try to play it. But it's a story game, a little suspense, a little mystery.
Very nice.
It's pretty slick.
That's what I like to hear, man.
America the Free, welcome back. It's good to see you, my friend. America the Free is a new follower.
Oh, howdy.
He jumped in right before the TikTok ban, and then turned out no TikTok ban.
Gotcha. So did you start streaming the Firewatch?
I did.
game?
I streamed.
Nice.
When did I do that? Wednesday?
Not sure.
I think I streamed it Wednesday.
Okay, gotcha. Very nice.
What up, my fellow nerds? What up, nerds?
Howdy.
One of my favorite memes is it's the meme where the guy's like hitting the other kid, and it's like effing nerd, and it was like me, the effing nerd. But that's a good one, Mike.
I'm both. Yeah,
yeah. I am also an effing nerd. How's the week been so far?
Weekend was real good. Let's see. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary, but just a real good time. How about yourself?
Let's see. What did I do? I went to Costco.
Right. Ooh, there you go.
Saturday, bro. I woke up at like 11 o'clock on Saturday.
Nice.
And went back to bed at 1 o'clock. And then woke back up at 3. I didn't do anything on Saturday.
Gotcha.
And then on Sunday, went to church, and then went to Costco. Got a freaking chicken bake, and a hot dog, and some other things that we bought. Huh? Oh yeah, we're the Costco guys. We bring the boom. Just kidding.
Jeez.
One day we need a deep dive. That's a crazy. I feel like there's something going on there.
Sure. I tried to deep dive it, and then 3 minutes into it, I realized I was like tying a noose, and I'm like, oh, I should probably get out of this.
The chicken. That was my first ever Costco chicken bake.
Really?
Yeah, I had never had.
Well, okay.
I had the hot dogs.
Yeah, because you haven't been there.
I will say this: before marrying Maggie, I hated going to Costco. Loathed.
Really?
It.
Okay.
I loathed Costco.
Gotcha.
Like unexplainably, I hated Costco. Now that I'm married, I'm like, you want to go to Costco? And it's just fun to go.
Yeah.
I guess maybe the buddy system's better. You just have somebody to go with,
Oh,
and you
for
can
sure.
you see somebody doing something stupid, you can look over and be like,
I have a buddy that we usually get coffee. We try for like once every 2 weeks, and he'll usually be like, "Hey, will you come to Walmart with me? Because I don't want to go by myself." And we just go and do grocery shopping. It's great.
It's just better to go with a friend,
Yeah.
Brandy, Saturday was my last night of the week, and I'm off till Wednesday. Whoop whoop. It's been a huge adjustment. I've been having to bully myself into making sure I take my meds every day. Well, don't bully yourself too hard, but make sure you're taking your meds every day.
Yeah.
Nerd. No, I'm just kidding.
Take your meds, nerd.
Yeah.
I miss 24-hour Walmart. Yeah. Late nights at Walmart were fun times.
Has anybody ever played Walmart tag or Walmart hide and seek?
I mean, I did with security, but
so I went to Walmart one time with some friends, and it's like a mixture of hide and seek / tag, but there's rules. You can't run because obviously you'll get kicked out quicker if you're running.
Absolutely.
So however many people you have, go into Walmart and just spread out, and you just look like you're shopping, right? And then the person who's the seeker stays outside, waits 2 minutes or whatever, and then comes into the store. Your job as the hiders / the not it group is to just walk around the store and avoid the other person that's chasing everybody. Some of the rules were, if you're in the same aisle as that person, you've been caught. Like, you have to stay steps ahead of, because otherwise you end up like, you want to run at the person. So like, if you can just step into the aisle that they were in, then they're out. But it was a lot of fun because you feel like you feel like a secret agent a little bit, that you're like trying to lose you're trying to lose like a tail, and so you'll like walk and you'll see them across aisle, and they're waiting for you to do something, and then you'll stop and go back the other direction, and then they like, because every aisle you pass, you're like, there they are, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, they're not there anymore, and then you're like trying to backtrack.
That's great.
It was a good
it's like
time.
It's like that one scene in John Wick when they're like on 2 different levels just shooting at each other.
Shooting at each other, exactly. Except for you are just shooting thoughts at each other. But
man, that would be fun.
We did get a manager did come find us and was like, what are you guys doing? And we're like, we're just hanging out at Walmart. And they're like, okay, well, whatever.
I've never met this person.
Whatever you're doing, cut it out. So we weren't maybe the most obvious or the most secretive about it.
Sure. Well, I'm sure that manager probably had, well, depending on when you did this, like had security cameras.
Oh,
and it's like, what are these people doing?
Yeah, they keep running around in circles, and they're not shopping.
Yeah.
They don't have a cart. They don't have stuff. Me just nervous and can't find what I'm looking for. Me and my sister used to get into our onesies and play with all the toys at 10 p.m. all the time.
That's awesome.
Just walking to Walmart. I'm playing with the toys.
That's man, I can't imagine doing that. That's awesome though. Like all the toys I would want to play with would have like packaging.
Yeah, you'd have to
So
bust
it's like
them open.
Yeah. Although that is like, why don't we have? Well, I know why we don't have it because it's just spread of germs. But it would be nice to be able to like play test stuff for kids.
Yeah. Let me test this out. Let me try it out. let me try it out.
Yeah. Put the Nerf gun, or you get the real gun.
Yeah.
We were teenagers. Yeah.
Oh, the big ball tower.
imagine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ride it. You ever ride a bike around Walmart?
I can't say I have.
There's a I don't know if you've seen this. It's not really a phenomenon or a trend. Maybe it's a trend. Maybe more a trend than it is anything. But it's people posting videos doing things that feel wrong but are actually totally legal and you can just do them.
Sure.
And like the trend is like exercising free will.
Yeah.
And people, like one I saw, a dude walked into Walmart and just went straight to the back of Walmart, which is a little bit out pushing the boundaries of free will because I'm pretty sure it says associates only or something on the door.
Right.
But he just went into the back, sat down in the break room next to somebody, and just starts talking to him like, what do you got today? And they're like, oh, eating, and he just like is talking, like gets chips out of the vending machine, like just is back there, and then he's like, all right, I gotta go, and then he like gets up and walks out.
Oh, geez.
So funny.
That's
and then
great.
Another one was a dude, I'm pretty sure rode a bull into a store.
Jeez,
like
what kind of store?
Like a rideable bull, like one that's not like bucking, like just
sure.
like a chill cow. It looked like a grocery store.
Good.
I'm not sure exactly what store, but as far as I'm aware, there are no rules that say you can't.
No,
Ride a bull
like
into
I
a
don't
store.
think so. There's like one of those, you've heard of the like crazy state laws that like don't make any sense.
Yeah.
There's probably a few of those
Probably so.
about that. But, if you go to somewhere that isn't that old, you probably could get away with it.
Honestly. We stuck open card packs and would play rummy in the middle of the aisles.
Nice.
And the bikes don't get me started.
Dude, when I was a kid, I went to Walmart one time. And I found a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that got broken into.
Yeah.
But were just they were completely open and laid out on a shelf. Not in any, organization. What's up?
Homicidal Hippo? Morgan, Morgunny. How's it going?
And dude, I was so tempted to take them because I'm like, I didn't steal these; they were already stolen.
So, listen, is it stealing if someone already stole most of it? They're gonna throw these away. They're gonna throw them away.
Right?
I made a Crunchwrap Supreme. Let's go.
Ooh, there we go. I seem to remember there were good cards too, so I'm like, why did they leave these?
They just wanted the one card.
I guess. Yeah.
A Crunchwrap Supreme.
That sounds great.
At the old Taco Hippo. Or the.
That's actually a fantastic name for
the Homicidal Bell.
For whom the bell tolls. That's fantastic. Dude, I haven't been to freaking. Well, might be a good thing, but I haven't been to a Taco Bell since I've been off the road.
Yeah, you don't go to Taco Bell as much when you're not always on the road.
Yeah, such a good.
I went to.
I love that place because of it.
I went to a place called Stevie B's today. Is
Ooh,
anyone familiar?
very nice.
Does anybody know what a Stevie B's is before I continue? Also, welcome everybody that's in the chat. If you're just lurking, we're glad you're here. And sit back, kick back, put your feet up, enjoy your time. Taco Bell is homicidal for your guts. Okay, so maybe it's just around here, but Stevie B's is like a CC's pizza,
Okay.
but like with a little bit a slightly bigger arcade section.
Ooh, there you go.
So it's
Very
like a
nice.
cross between a CC's and a Chuck Cheese.
Oh, very nice. Wait, when did you go to this?
Today,
Oh, very nice.
for lunch.
How's the food?
It was exactly what you'd think a place that's like CC's. It's not as good as CC's pizza, which
Gotcha.
is so that gives you a CC's pizza is pretty mid, and it was just below mids.
Yeah.
So not great, but it was $9 for the whole salad bar.
It was better than
pizza
Chuck
and
E.
everything.
Cheese.
It was better than Chuck Cheese for sure.
Yeah.
Making
Pizza
it at home
Street.
doesn't give you the gut rut. So Pizza Street?
Uh,
I don't know what Pizza Street is.
No, Taco Bell.
Oh,
$9. Pizza
$9
Street.
for all you can eat.
For a slice? Oh, for all you can
All
eat.
you can
okay.
eat salad bar pizza.
Very nice.
Dessert. Slushies.
That's not bad.
Fountain drinks.
All you can eat slushies is worth $9 by itself.
Yeah, right. I filled up my hoodie pocket and put a
crazy.
straw in it. Yeah, salad bar was great. Yeah, I had that. I don't know why we were talking about Taco Bell. I had Taco Bell not too long ago. Maggie, do you know what a
There you go.
Stevie B's is? Are you familiar?
You just hear throwing up in the other room. Up. I guess yes. Bring the Bacardi.
I heard the Hispanic lady behind the counter talking about tequila while nobody was up there.
There you go.
And I was like, wait, you guys have tequila here?
For $9, can you imagine? Unlimited tequila
Yeah.
slushies. Oh my gosh, I'd die.
So it's obviously not very well known further north.
Yeah, I
but,
guess not.
A guy that's lived here his entire life was like, oh, we should go to Stevie B's. And, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It wasn't great. It was pretty mid.
Yikes. Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be
Trip
worse.
to Mexico. Listen,
Oh man.
a good tequila slushy or something is it's dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm with you, Brandy, on that one. But alas, no.
All in favor of
Yeah.
tequila slushies, raise your hand.
Unlimited.
Unlimited tequila slushies.
Gosh dang.
Welcome in, everybody. Glad everybody's here. Hope everybody had a great Monday. My Monday, I don't know where my brain was for the first half of today. But
Same.
it was definitely a Monday. Not that anything really bad happened. It's just like, I'll give you the rundown.
Kinda flew by.
So I'll give you the rundown. So Maggie made this peanut butter and jelly cake thing.
Oh,
and
heck yeah.
And I took one to work, and she had made up this little bag of plates and forks and a knife to cut it, and I was supposed to grab that and the cake and take it with me when I left. I forgot the bag,
Oh, no.
but I got the cake, so I was like, okay, that's
Yeah, you
okay.
do.
So I got to the office where I was supposed to pick up this trailer. I picked up the trailer, put the mini excavator on it. I got a text that was like, hey, grab a case of water and some silt fence. And so I was like, all right, bet. I went inside, got cases of water, got silt fence, and I was like, oh, I bet that we have maybe some plates and some silverware in here for this cake. And I started looking around. I took off my gloves, set them down on the counter, left them. And didn't find what I was looking for. Went back out to the truck, jumped in the truck, typed in the GPS. The destination was a lot further away than I thought, so I was like, oh shoot, I better hurry.
Okay.
Started driving off. Got probably 200 yards away from the office and realized that I didn't strap a single thing down on that trailer. So there's a whole machine just sitting on on our trailer, and I didn't put a chain or nothing on it. So I had to jump out, chain it up, take it to the thing.
Nice.
It was and that was all before 8:30 this morning.
Oh man, jeez, bro. That's yeah, no. I've been there before, and that's thank goodness it didn't fall. The machinery didn't fall over or anything.
It probably would have rode all the ways to my destination just fine, but it's like, what if it didn't?
Yeah, you gotta.
And then lo and behold, come to find out, there was forks in the drawers that I was looking in. I just didn't see them. So.
Oh goodness, buddy.
I was like, man,
you okay, bud?
I looked at the office. I didn't find any forks, and they're like, they're in the drawer. I was like, I looked in all of the drawers. There's none. And then I went back. There they are, right there in the box. It says forks on it.
Oh, buddy. Did you have some coffee this morning or no?
Yeah, that was after like 20 ounces of coffee.
Buddy, you good?
I did hit my head on a tree while we were at Costco. So.
Oh, there it is. Wait, at Costco.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see.
At Costco?
It's not really there anymore. It was just a little bump, maybe like right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I smoked it. It was just low hanging.
Inside of Costco or outside of Costco?
Low hanging branch by the car.
Okay. Gotcha.
20
That's
ouncer. Yeah, this is my little Yeti tumbler, a little 20 ounce Yeti. So it's a concussion. I've never had a concussion that I can remember.
I don't think that's good. I've been told I've had many concussions, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
dude. J-Bob got a concussion not too recently. Recently, yeah.
Dang.
Got hit with. I don't know the full story, but apparently he got hit in the head with a pipe. At work,
bro.
Yeah.
That sucks. Do you remember those air compressors that we would rent for the shot blaster or the media blaster?
Oh yeah.
With the big old
I
hose.
still have them in my notes.
and the like the big metal like twist end for those. Were you there when I was using it to blow out one of the bays and it got
conked on the head?
Dude, that thing whipped around like a big old elephant thing and then just bang smoked me in the back of the head.
Dude. Yeah.
That hurt like a mother trucker.
Those were those little hooks that you would hook together, they were so deceptively painful.
Yeah.
Because they were only like, this big.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty average.
Yes. And you get like just like are putting the hose together and you like flip it around and then it just goes into your shin and you're like, oh, I'm gonna die.
Like equivalent to getting a Razor scooter to the shin. Is
the word. An entire Razor scooter like at full blast.
And I took
versus this thing just.
I'm
moving.
Surprised I didn't like indent my skull from that thing.
That was,
or get knocked out. Like I got smoked with that thing.
Yeah.
Heather, welcome in. Welcome.
Howdy, Heather.
Heather is today's movie Heather's movie?
Heather and then Brandy. Wait, is it Brandy also suggested this?
Both.
Yes,
both
this was on both of their lists.
Both of them.
Both. No, mine. Hold on, let me check.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah.
I think Brandy. I think you both of you suggested it. Do you want to talk about that now that we have Brandy?
Yeah, let's do it.
Heather, I feel like Brandy's probably going to hit the hay in the next 30 minutes to an hour. That's usually her. If I know Brandy, she'll be here for about 30 minutes, maybe a solid hour, and then she's like, "All right, I am high as a kite. I'm going to bed." See, yep, I told you.
Same.
Heather, did you suggest What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Also. As well.
In addition to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, children. All right.
Okay.
Let's talk about it while we're here, while everybody's here. This week's movie was What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And the title is strange. I
thought it was a kids movie about a grape.
When I saw What's Eating Gilbert Grape was the title, and then I saw his mom, I thought his mom was what was eating Gilbert Grape. But turns out she did not. She did not eat Gilbert.
Hey, spoiler, dude. You're thinking that the whole movie.
I thought of that joke while I was showering after I watched the movie, and I told Maggie, I was like, "This is I'm gonna get." It's a joke, everybody. Okay, don't take it seriously. But anyway, I thought I was watching My 600-Pound Life instead of What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
I mean,
but no. Okay, so this movie has Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio, and some other people that I'm unaware of, because they're just not famous enough for me to know who they are. I'm sure that the woman in the lady that the short-haired lady.
Yeah, she's in a bunch of stuff.
I'm sure she's somebody, but I don't know. But this movie follows Gilbert Grape, who is a young man in a small town who is tasked, just because life deals cards the way that life deals cards, with taking care of his mentally challenged brother, Arnie. And his dad died or killed himself, and his mom hasn't left the house in 7 years. So he's kind of tasked with like taking care of everybody. I'm not exactly sure how to describe this movie. It was interesting, sad. Michael, take it from here.
Yeah, I have it written. I have it written in my notes twice, and texted Justin once. Yo, F this movie. This movie is quite sad. I think it was a well done movie, well acted.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio did amazing. He got nominated for an Oscar for this.
I'm surprised he didn't get one.
Yeah, man. And I read somewhere that at the premiere, like, people were shocked that because this was before Titanic, so he wasn't a well-known person. Yeah, I think so too.
I think it's retarded that he didn't get one.
Well, that's I think in Tropic Thunder, he was used as an example of why you don't go full
retard.
Yeah,
we can say that now. I think.
Can we say that?
I think.
Can we say that?
I don't know.
In Trump's an office,
we're not talking about retards. We're talking about our friends. What's that? What's that? Michael Scott. He's like, you don't call.
There it is. Yeah, no, we can't say it.
Okay, sorry. I apologize. No offense. No offense was intended.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So he did. Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio did a great job. Oh, people were saying at the premiere that they didn't know he was not special needs.
I told that to Matt. I was like, could you imagine not knowing who this guy was, and then seeing What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and then seeing like The Revenant or something, and being like, man, this kid really like he's amazing. He's doing real good for himself.
Or being like, you know, that guy's special needs.
Yeah, did you?
He's just a really good actor.
No, he's got Leonardo DiCaprio, love him or hate him, he's got some crazy range.
Yeah, he is. There was a time where, you know, it was kind of cool to hate on him, probably because of the success of Titanic. But you know, you watch two of his movies, you're like, oh, no, I can't hate this guy. He's too good at it. Let's see. Wrote shout out to the siblings that all the siblings that take care of their special needs siblings.
Indeed.
Y'all are the real heroes.
Indeed.
I've worked with a few families that had special needs members, and those older siblings taking care of them. It's the sweetest thing ever. That'll give you a lot of faith in humanity. Let's see. Leo's so good in this. Oh, yeah. So 45 minutes into this movie, I had to stop watching and go for a walk because I was just so distraught, really. This movie hit.
What happens 45 minutes into the movie?
I don't think it was anything in particular. I was just like, I need a break.
Oh.
This movie isn't bad. And it's not, that sad or depressing, but just something about it. Whoa, yeah. Like it struck a chord of pity that I have that I just I couldn't handle it all at the same time.
He's heavy.
It's heavy. He's very heavy. Yeah. A lot of my notes are just like, screw this. Then I went on a rant about helping people.
Yeah.
So like this movie, man, I would recommend it to people because I think it is a good movie. It's heavy. Haven't watched it in a long time because of that. Yeah. It's a heavy movie. So not bad, but geez Louise, I keep a Bible close by for hope around this movie. That was my last note was, geez, I need my Bible. Let's see. Do we want to talk about spoilers or no?
I mean, it's been out for forever, so if you haven't seen
it, it's been out longer than I have.
Yeah. I knew that the mom died because of a YouTube spoil. Like I've seen a clip of it.
Yeah. I did too. I thought it happened like halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It happens. I checked the time. It was what, 11 minutes before the end.
Yeah, I was right.
I'm like, I hate this movie. You need at least oh gosh, man. That would have been such a good time, such a better time than what I went through. If I had 3 tequilas with it.
I acknowledge that this movie is heavy, but also I didn't. I don't think I had as a strong of a reaction to the movie as, from what I'm hearing, as everybody else.
Yeah.
It was very sad at points, and definitely, like you said, people who or siblings who take care of their special needs siblings. I have also had experience and watched families struggle with or not struggle. I'm not going to say that. But, work through having a Down syndrome family member or something of that nature. Like when I was in Montana, one of the coolest kids, but he had Down syndrome, and his sister and brothers would take care of him, and it was just cool to see. So it just, like you said, it brings, it makes you, it gives you more faith in humanity. But I mean, I thought it ended okay. I guess.
I did too. Yeah,
I think it ended as good as it could have.
It was kind of a hopeful, and it was a hopeful ending for how dark it got. There you go. There was something about that. You know what I think it is? For me, watching this movie, like watching people need help and not being able to help them is, I hate that situation. So I think that's why it kind of hit hard with me.
Sure.
And I just had to keep reminding myself of like, dude, how far we've come, at least from what I've seen with helping people with mental disabilities.
Yeah.
Since, 93. So good job on that with our culture, and a lot more awareness. But yeah, those are things I just had to keep telling myself.
Yeah.
Get through it.
On a lighter note, is that Johnny Depp's real hair?
I think it was dyed, but I think it is his real hair.
I was the whole movie. I was like, what a strange color.
Yeah, right. Right.
Like it's not brown, but it's not. It's red, but it's not red.
It's not real. It's
like
not
orange,
ginger,
but
yeah, like burnt orange almost.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, no, I thought that too.
Maybe that's why the movie didn't hit me so hard, because I was too busy like, is that
well, that's not real.
Is that
It's bad bleach. Oh wait, no,
he tried
that a joke?
He tried to bleach his. Oh, LOL.
I was like, that's what happens.
I think that can happen.
It was so like even. Like his roots were still black. Okay, interesting.
The director was like, "Can we make him blonde?" And they were like, "We can try."
We've bleached this 16 times. This is as light as we can get.
It just turned orange, and they were like, "Send it."
Oh man. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, I looked up the stats for how much money this made.
Yeah.
This movie, I've heard of this movie so many times throughout a bunch of different like film organizations. I was surprised it didn't break even since it released.
It hasn't broken even?
Yeah, no.
Huh.
And that's kind of surprising to me because it's one of those movies that like every film person's seen it.
Maybe it was just it was like too heavy. People were like,
I mean, yeah. And I'm not sure how updated, like it was to the point. So it was an $11 million budget and it made just under 11 million. So I was looking at it and,
well, I gave him $4 yesterday. So
yeah, I gave him $4 today. I was looking at it and it was only US and Canada. So I'm wondering if they didn't even release it worldwide.
Maybe not.
Because that would probably be another hit to their, how much money they can make. But even then, I was shocked because I've heard so many people talk about this movie, and I just thought it was a really popular movie.
Yeah, but I will say that throughout the movie, I did have anxiety. I feel like is a strong term, but when he was climbing the tower. Both times that he climbed the tower and when he was in the bathtub, the bathtub. I was like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. This is the part where where this character dies because I didn't know. Like, I knew that the scene at the end happened, but I also didn't know when. And then, like, while I was watching it, I didn't remember that it was part of the movie also. So like I'm watching him climb the water tower for the first time. I'm like, oh, he's gonna start coming down and then he's gonna die. And then it was like, okay, he got down, and I was like, woo. And then he goes up there again, and I'm like, this is it. He's done. and then he's fine. And then he remembers that he's in the bathtub, or he wakes up and goes into the bathroom and finds him. And I was like, he's gonna find him freaking floating in that bathtub,
right?
Just friggin' dead. But he did. So. The whole movie, I was like, wait, they better not kill this kid off because
right,
that would be the worst.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, dude, that scene with the bathtub, that was surprising, the reveal, because I thought the reveal would happen before that, and then Johnny Depp's character goes to sleep. Wakes up the next day and then finds him. I was just like, that's so sad. And that's the kind of stuff that, because I've, worked in childcare, that's the kind of stuff that can happen just completely on accident. Because the kid just doesn't know how to take care of themselves. Yeah. And, oh, man, I just felt so bad for everyone involved, Jeez. Because Johnny Depp's character, it was irresponsible, but he was just looking for a break. Yeah. and thought he might be able to take care of himself a little bit. And yeah, it's just, so I feel sorry for him. And then freaking Leo's character being in there all night. Oh man,
Crazy town.
Absolutely.
I will also say the part where the floor starts to get bad, where the mom sits in the living room, for whatever, like I guess I just like couldn't figure it out for whatever reason, or I don't know where my brain was going in that scene where they're like fixing it. For some reason, I thought that they noticed the floor was doing that and that they were trying to get her to fall through the floor.
Oh, okay.
Because they were being like, he was being weird about it.
Because they were being quiet about it.
Being up at this top, and I was like, are they gonna like try to kill his mom or something? Like, why are they being all weird about it? And then later you find out that like the dad killed himself down in the basement, so he didn't want to go down there. And so that's why he was like standing at the top of the stairs, like talking down to the people down there. I was like, I thought he was posted up watching, like making sure nobody knew. I was like, why would they? I was like, I don't get that. But then I realized that that's not what they were doing. But during that entire scene, I was like, are they trying to drop her into the basement?
What's going on here?
Like, I don't think that'll do it.
I don't think reinforcing the structure is gonna lead to it falling.
Fixing that's not gonna help. But
oh man,
it was
for sure, dude.
Definitely a good movie. I can see why it may not have made as much money as like you would think, because when you watch it, you're like, wow, this is a good movie. But also like that's a lot for
who's going to see that again?
And nobody's really going to go see it again. But then if you ask somebody like, oh, how did you like What's Eating Gilbert Grape? You're like, man, it's heavy, and you're like, well, I don't know if I want to go see that.
Right.
So it kind of makes sense that may have been the case of them not having as much box office success.
For sure. And I also wonder what else came out that year around the same time.
True.
I'm pretty sure Twister came out in 95, but like if it's between What's Eating Gilbert Grape and Twister, like
people
I'm gonna go see Twister
people
again.
People are gonna go watch Twister.
Yeah.
100%.
What are you thinking of rating it?
Shoot. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it that's a hard one. I'm gonna give it an 8. Because the acting that Johnny Depp did was spot on. Like, it was really good. And then Johnny Depp did a really good job being his character as well. And I think that carried the movie for sure. Like, it would have, if they had changed out Johnny Depp and Leonardo's characters, I doubt that the movie would have done as good. I feel like they really were good at their part. So I'm gonna give it a solid 8.
Nice. So I'm also gonna give it an 8. I think it's phenomenally acted. It's a decent story, decent directing. Man, it looked like a good movie. Came out in 93, good year to be born. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. However, like in terms of personally enjoying a movie, man, it was like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Like, man, I don't know. And the further I get from it, the more I appreciate it. But, geez, really bummed me out. But it's not a bad movie. It's it's talking about stuff that doesn't get talked about a lot, which is good.
I feel like, do you feel as if What's Eating Gilbert Grape could be a movie that's made today?
You know, yeah, well, parts of it. The main core of like the brother taking care of, you know, the family, or the whole family working together to take care of the brother. I think so. I think stuff would probably be changed today.
Yeah.
Probably would be closer to how you're supposed to treat people, as opposed to the vulnerable reality that was shown in this movie.
Sure.
Of, you know, sometimes people lose their tempers, and, you know, gosh, and it's an ugly thing to think about and talk about, but should be, I think. So I think it would be whitewashed a little bit if it came out today. Sure. But I think you could bring it out today. Yeah, I don't think it would be as well done. No. They would probably not have. I think they're called able-bodied actors. Is that right? Portraying somebody with special needs. So
they would not do that?
I don't think so. Nowadays.
Here's my question: is if they did make it again today, would Arnie be mentally challenged like Arnie is in the '93 rendition, or would they give Arnie like cancer or something, or you know what I mean, like give him something less?
That's because they didn't say what he had, right?
No,
like specifically.
No, they never said what he had.
I would guess that they would give him something specific if they did it again today, and then depending on who made it like would probably lean into, you know, if he was just severely autistic.
Sure.
I think they would lean into the symptoms of that more, versus what he had, because it was kind of a mystery. And then they were talking about like, was it he can go at any time. Yeah. And I just laugh because he's like, I can go at any time.
Yeah. Well, and then they probably wouldn't make the mom the same way.
Yeah, they'd probably chop that.
They would have to change the whole story. Like the mom would have to have some kind of like just like severe depression or something where she's not leaving the house, or I just feel like there are certain aspects of this movie that wouldn't bode well today.
It would probably, they would probably chop the story up to where it's either after her death or it ends before she passes.
Sure.
Probably. But yeah, that's an answer. A good question. I do wonder, because I know that there's movies like The Peanut Butter Falcon, which is about a kid with Down syndrome, and there's a bunch of movies that are, you know, good-hearted movies about people with special needs, that are being made today.
Sure.
But I think you have a good point, because man, there is just so much going on with this movie. You know, it talks about the depression of the dad from the child's point of view. It talks about the mom dealing with the after effects of that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Leo's character. So, yeah, there's just so much going on.
There's a lot going on in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you gave it a 2 8. on the enjoying
personally enjoyed. Yeah.
On the personal enjoyment of this movie.
Yeah.
On the sit back and chill factor of this movie, it got a 2. But yeah. Technical score is an 8.
Yeah. That might be my biggest discrepancy we've had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because usually I'm like, you know, I really enjoyed this, but it wasn't that good of a movie.
Listen,
or, you know,
I'm just glad it wasn't called What's Eating Gilbert Grape's Mom, because it would have been a much longer movie. We would have been into Lawrence of Arabia territory, I feel like.
Oh my god.
But
You saw the end of that and you're like, oh my god, they're cooking her.
Don't do that. Actually, this is what I thought when they lit the
What's
house.
Gilbert Grape eating?
This is what I. Oh no! This is what I thought when they burnt the house down. I was like, "Is that house gonna get hot enough to like?"
It's
because
not. It's not.
Crematories,
Yeah.
not because she's fat. I'm just saying I'm saying like a person in a building. There's gonna be a lot left over of the person.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What does it have to be like over 2,000 degrees?
Yeah, because freaking incinerators are crazy hot, and they still got to blend all that stuff up to get it to be a powder.
Mm-hmm. I did write down because, like, technically that was arson and like improper disposal of a dead body. So, like, they could get arrested for
Not
that.
in 1993.
Yeah, not in. Where was that supposed to be?
Not in
It was
Arizona.
filmed in Denton.
Huh?
Yeah, it was filmed in Denton, Texas, which is like on the border.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think it was Arizona. Or supposed to be.
Was it supposed to be Arizona?
He showed Arizona on the
remember.
map, but I don't know if.
Yeah. Man, were they talking about Ohio too? Yeah.
It was a middle of nowhere town.
Yeah, for sure.
And they probably didn't do anything about it because they couldn't find enough dudes to do the job. So they were like, you know what? You saved us some time. And little towns like that. And in little towns
Someone
like
drives
that-
by and it's like, where's the grape house? Like,
Yeah, I thought there was a house.
wasn't it right here?
And they were just like, oh well. They just kept going.
Yeah, they just don't find the smoke at all.
They just lived in a mind your own business town,
Jeez, yeah.
But yeah, that's what's eating Gilbert Grape. And
Yeah.
it turns out it's a whole lot. It's heavy.
Yeah, everything.
Everything
this
is
kid,
eating at
this
that
poor guy.
What's next week's movie?
Good question. I think that wraps up this season. Maybe
The
Hold on.
rotation.
Yeah, the rotation. Let's see. Yeah, this one bummed me out so much. I was planning on doing so much more this afternoon.
It's definitely a hard swing the other direction from the Wild Robot.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and that's what I said last week. I said that last week. I was like, oh, no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Definitely a hard swing.
we have a movie by Wasabi that's blown away.
Wasabi.
Blown Away came out in 1994.
Blown
I
away.
don't know what that is. Yeah.
I never heard of it.
Let's see.
Came out in 94.
Yes. Oh, it looks like Jeff Bridges and it's a dark comedy?
Who's Jeff Bridges?
Cop drama, dark comedy. Sorry. Did you see the new True Grit?
No.
Okay. Ron?
Burgundy?
No.
Ron from Harry
Let's
Potter?
see, Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, this should be an interesting one. Forrest Whitaker. Interesting. Okay.
It'll be good, I'm sure. You can't go wrong with dark comedy. Unless
I don't know if this is supposed to be dark comedy.
Well,
which makes it better.
could be even better.
Yeah.
But Heather and
excited about that
Brandy,
one.
thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for
the
the
suggestion of what's eating Gilbert Grape. Love it. Who doesn't love a good dark comedy? I saw a thing that said people who love dark comedy or are good at dark humor or something like that are more intelligent or was it more intelligent or more emotionally intelligent? I can't remember. It was something.
maybe emotionally intelligent. probably more resilient. Maybe.
Glad to traumatize you. Yeah, Brandy, that one. What other ones have Brandy done? We've got some crazy ones. What was that weird dream one that Brandy did with the Maze Runner kid in it?
Yeah. Gosh, that one.
That one was a trip and
See,
a half.
I enjoyed that one more than this one. Jeez. And that's like flashback. Yeah. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. It's just it is what it is. For me, I'm going to give it back to a 1.
He's like, if we keep talking about it, it's going to be a 0. I'm getting more and more sad.
I keep going because when I first watched, I was like, I hate this. But it's not a hate that like, it's not a bad hate. It's just man, I wish I could do something about this.
I feel like
favorites.
maybe the reason I didn't feel so heavily about it is because the way I deal with like what's the term? The way I deal with tragedy.
Sparkles. Oh.
Like the emotions in the movie is with comedy. And so I'm just like
so you just play hard at the mom.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
She was my scapegoat.
Oh my gosh, okay. See, people, this is why we ask questions. See, yeah. I mean, hey, you got through it.
Coping with trauma. Yeah, I was just like fat jokes. Those always make me laugh. I went straight back to default settings. I was like, your mom jokes always a banger. But I'm just kidding.
Man.
But also,
that's hilarious.
I'm just being serious at the same time.
I don't have too many of the like what people have suggested in the past because we had an updated movie list.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
that's okay.
Man,
what? I feel like stuff has happened that we haven't talked about.
Let's see.
Did the inauguration happen between? Did that happen last week?
We didn't talk about it, but I want to say it happened before last week.
I feel like everybody knows Trump's the president now.
Yeah. I don't know if you people have been paying attention.
What else has happened?
Yeah. Let's see. The playoffs happened.
I hope everybody has stocked up on seed oils because RFK is probably going to get rid of those.
Also, PSA, any oils are not good.
All oils bad for you. Let's talk about the footballs.
Sure.
Let's talk about the football.
Let's talk about football, American football.
Very small amount of the football. This is what I know. I watch video on YouTube of guy who say this is who's going to win the Super Bowl. This is who is going to win. His prediction was Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers are not in the Super Bowl. I tell you that right now.
Also, not Barcelona.
Not Bar. Good night, Brandy. Love
take
you,
care, Brandy. Yeah, take care. Thank you again.
No, he had like this whole video of like this is.
Wait, there's a guy.
No, really? I was being for real. I was just saying it in a silly way. It was a whole video, and he was like, these statistics are, or these stats are what every team who's won the Super Bowl has had. Whether it be like a all-star running back or like, these are the things that to be a Super Bowl team, like he said, like 24 out of 25 teams have had all of these things, and won the Super Bowl. And so he broke it all the way down and eliminated everybody but the Chiefs and Green Bay, and then predicted that Green Bay was going to win. But Green Bay's not in the Super Bowl. They got kicked out.
Did they even make it to the playoffs?
I think they were one of the last teams. And then this was like maybe a month and a half ago, so maybe they weren't quite into the playoffs. But yeah, they're obviously not in.
Didn't make it.
Do we have a team for the Super Bowl? Do we have our teams, or are they still?
Yeah, it's Chiefs, Eagles.
I feel like we had was that last year too?
I was it last year? I know. Well, the Chiefs have been in for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, including this one. Oh man, who is? I don't remember. I was not paying attention.
I don't pay attention either.
Hey, what's up, Groups?
Yo, what up, Kev? Yeah. So
Was it San Francisco last year? Maybe
it might have been.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Now to Michael with more sports.
It seems like. Yeah. First off, that guy was an idiot. Not because he predicted the Green Bay Packers, but because he tried to predict it.
Yeah. They probably saw that video and changed the script just because they saw his. They're like, frick, he figured it out.
Let's see. Everybody who's a fan of football who isn't a Chiefs or Eagles fan is not excited about this Super Bowl just because we've had these teams in the Super Bowl recently.
What? Sorry, go ahead.
A lot of people were hoping for a Commanders-Bills Super Bowl because it's been a long time since. Technically, the Commanders have never been in a Super Bowl, but it's been a long time since that organization has been in a Super Bowl. And then I want to say the Bills have never won a Super Bowl. And same with the Lions, who were quite unceremoniously tossed from the playoffs by the Commanders. Surprised a lot of people.
Here's a question for you,
yeah.
Michael. If you could put any two teams into the Super Bowl, who would they be?
Okay, for aesthetics, for a long time, I wanted the Indianapolis Colts and the Atlanta Falcons because then it would have been blue and white versus red and black. I think that would have looked amazing.
It would have.
In terms of teams, let's see. There's a lot of teams that I wish the Lions would have gotten.
Before you continue, who's winning? Colts versus the Hawks.
Oh, they both suck now. No,
or Falcons.
In order for them,
it's a bird.
It's a bird. In order for them to get into the Super Bowl, both teams would have to look drastically different. So I could not say. Although with all of the people who got in and got far, like the Commanders and the Lions, historically not great teams.
Yeah.
So, kind of anything's up in the air. However, the Chiefs are really good and really lucky.
Yeah.
And really favored.
Yeah.
And kind of the same with the Eagles, but yeah.
They have a big budget for their referees.
Right. In terms of who was I hoping would get in this year, man, when the playoff picture first came out, I would have loved to see the Commanders versus the Chargers, or something like that. Because even then, that would have been a very different looking uniforms.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's who I would go with. Do you have a pick?
I don't. I didn't even know who was going to be in the playoffs, to be honest. I like your Falcons Colts contrast of colors.
Falcons got some cool looking uniforms too.
The Falcons do look pretty
recently.
sick. Yeah, I don't know enough about the NFL to like pick two teams and be like, oh, I would love to see those two teams go at it.
You're like, I want the Tennessee Volunteers to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah. Bro, do you think, maybe not, but do you think that if we put the NFC champion, I think I said that correctly.
NFC, yeah, sure.
Or
Eagles.
the champion, No. College. If you put the college championship football team
NCAA
up against, I wouldn't say any because I feel like there's a lot of bad NFL teams, but like, do you think they would hold their own? Do you think a college team would hold their own against an NFL team?
Yeah, this is a fun question because there have been some teams in the past who have just had crazy good athletes. So the question is usually take the NFL or the best team in college and put them up against the worst team in the NFL. I believe so. Back in the 70s, I want to say they tried this, and it was like, to be fair, it was an all-star team, so it wasn't a cohesive team. It was just the best at each position in the NCAA. Versus, and I can't remember who they put against them.
They picked all the worst of every team.
Right? But it was
call.
Never.
Hey,
we're
putting
never
something
close.
together. We're doing the best of college football against the worst in the NFL. We need you to be the quarterback.
We need you to be a backup kicker.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Oh shoot! Yeah, right. But when they did that, it was never close. And then anybody who's gone,
No, go ahead.
Anyone who's gone from the from college to the NFL always says it's a completely different game, and that these are grown men who are fighting for paychecks every play, as opposed to essentially teenagers.
Okay,
like,
so
who are just really good.
I'm unaware of like the skill difference. So it is the equivalent of like your junior high football team playing against a college team.
Or a little bit closer, but it's
a high school team playing against a college team.
High school versus college team. Yeah, I would say so. I think I'm trying to remember. Quarterbacks have commented on that and saying that it's a bigger, like for quarterbacks, it's a bigger difference. Going from high school to college is closer than going from college to the NFL.
Gotcha.
For certain quarterbacks. I don't know if that's the case with every position. I think kickers would probably be like, "Oh, this is all the same."
It's exactly the same. Actually, it's crazy how kicking the ball's exactly the same every time.
Oh man, it's just there's more of a difference in location.
They snap it different in the NFL, and that guy that holds it, they used their index finger instead of two fingers, and it threw me off really bad.
All right. So yeah, no, they've tried this, and it's a huge difference. Being in the NFL is so rare. It's it's crazy. The stats.
It's the best of the best, baby.
There you go. Thank you, Maggie.
Except for when you're not the best of the best. When you're the worst of the best, you're still the better than the worst of the best of the worst.
Dude, and even if you got guys who were like, let's say 27,
yeah,
and working normal jobs, and like you ask them, hey, would you put on pads to just go smack the crap out of college players? I'm pretty sure we would see like a different gear switch, because they're like, I get to play again, I'm getting paid, I get to smack some snobs, maybe
some from Ivy League friggin' kids. Dylan is taking a finance course in college.
We're playing Harvard University. Yeah. I'm going to murder somebody.
Who thinks he's gonna freaking be a running back? He's not.
Oh shoot. So yeah, even if they've been out for a few years, I think that rage would carry them a little bit.
So you really do got to be like really good in college to be drafted into the NFL.
You have to be good and or smart and or
show
lucky.
Potential, yeah.
And also mature. That's another thing. Like teams will not mess with you if you have a bad record, or if
Yeah.
you're not a team player.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of teams are, building cultures as opposed to teams.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really rare.
Crazy town. A lot of drafted guys never play either.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And man, it also really sucks because there's stories of guys. Oh, it's so crazy. There's stories of guys getting found in, like Kurt Warner, who was working in a grocery store and just wasn't looked at, essentially.
Yeah.
So they just straight up missed him, and then he, wins a Super Bowl. So that's why it's kind of fun to see like Canadian League sometimes, because you can get a rare gem where it's just somebody who got overlooked.
Yeah.
Just because there weren't enough eyes. So you can
Canada,
have everything.
Canada has an NFL or a
CFL? longer, wider fields. Really weird rules.
Wait, what would the Canadian Football League be? The C?
Yeah, CFL.
It's the CFLE, I think.
Canadian Football League's what?
It's the Canadian Football League, eh?
Eh?
Hey, that's hey, we're over here playing a little football, throwing around a little pigskin. You gonna come join up? I feel like the Canadian Football League is like a pickup.
Yeah, right.
Like everybody just shows up to I want that guy.
I'll take him.
Not that guy in the
Johnny
red plaid.
Manziel, what are you doing here? I'll take him, I guess.
Behind the other guy with the plaid on. I want him.
Oh shoot. Yeah, but it's crazy.
It's a beer league, yeah.
Johnny looks like my cousin. Oh, really? Is your cousin also? How do I say this in a nice way? Complicated. Good.
Complicated.
Good. Johnny Manziel's a piece of work. I'll tell you that.
I don't know. Anyway, you have on our list guess the game.
Oh goodness, jeez.
Do we have time for that, or do we need to save it for next?
I don't even know. So maybe this will be an announcement then, because I came across this weird game. I think it might be a website, but you essentially get 5 screenshots from a game, and you have to try and figure out what game it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool because if you have a photo of like location or something, all the photos are the same, but you can sometimes tell the style of animation.
Yeah.
It'll hint towards what game it is.
I love this because on my TikTok, there's a British dude, and he's like, guess the Pixar film in 4 pictures.
Ooh, very nice.
And Maggie, as my witness, 95% of the time, I'm getting it on the first picture.
Let's go.
Not because I love, I'm not a huge Pixar movie character. I guarantee it's the animation that I see. Like, if I see, like, there was one, and it was, like, so vague. And I was like, oh, that's Cars.
Yeah.
And
he does in a tweet.
And I'm like, you can just tell by the animation that that's Cars. And there's not a single car in the shot. Like, it's just like trees or something. Or the only ones I don't get are the movies that I haven't seen. Like, there was one that was in Enchanto or
Encanto, yeah,
something like that.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen it, so I was like, I don't know what this is. There was one. It was Toy Story 4. Such a vague photo, and I was like, "Oh, that's Toy Story 4. That looks like Toy Story animation."
Oh, fantastic! Yeah,
but
that's great.
So
I'm excited
about Guess the Game because if I've played it even one time, I feel like I'll be somewhat. Maybe I'm that kind of autistic. I don't know. I can taste.
What's up, Sexy Bigfoot?
Sexy Bigfoot, welcome in.
Also, yeah, you might have a defamation lawsuit on your hands.
What?
Maggie called you a Disney adult.
Whoa. I will have you know I'm a Pixar adult, okay?
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Big old difference. And that's actually true because they weren't always owned by Disney.
I know all the Toy Stories because Toy Story is one of the best
is metal
trilogies of all time.
Yeah.
The fourth one I don't count. The fourth one's okay, but the first three Toy Stories, peak.
Yeah. I think we talked about that. It is arguably one of the best trilogies ever. Man, the first and the third one's so good. Oh, if you see it, brings some freaking.
The third one's a tearjerker.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes you think about Happy Gilmore 2. Oh yeah, it makes you think about actually the way that Maggie is she puts she feels the emotion of everything. And so I feel like Toy Story 3 she would cry 100%.
Oh, for sure.
Because she'd be like, I bet my toys felt like that when I left, you know, and it would just be over. What movie did y'all watch? We watched That Sentence Made Me Tear Up. And I know that she would feel that way because I was like, dang. Like it just makes you feel like a kid again as an adult who grew up with Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2, and then waited, and then Toy Story 3 didn't come out for years. And then seeing Toy Story 3, you're like, oh my God. Dude. Like I think what's so good about Toy Story is that they specifically, they like catered Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 to a specific age group.
Yeah.
They were
the kids who grew up with
these kids are going to get Toy Story 1 and 2, and then we're going to release Toy Story 3 when those kids are in college.
Yeah. And like, I guess I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, they did that on purpose. For sure. Six of Bigfoot, we watched What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is much more depressing, but not as sad as Toy Story 3.
Not as sad as Toy Story 3. Yes, I did replace Maggie's raccoon with a new identical raccoon, and I just took the old one and sat it on the desk.
The Velveteen Rabbit? What?
Huh?
What? What's the context with that, Maggie? What's next? A movie called... Geez, I already forgot the name of it.
I was like, I don't even think Mike said it. That's how forgotten.
Blown Away.
Oh, Blown Away. Wabi Sabi suggested it.
Yes.
It's a children's book, The Velveteen Rabbit. I've heard of it. I've not seen it.
Velveteen Rabbit? That sounds very familiar. Also, Maggie, did you watch... or did y'all watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
No.
Yeah.
That one's a sad one?
Yeah. Oh my God. That was the first movie in theaters I asked myself, why can I not stop crying?
Dang.
It was rough. Well, not rough, but just, man, tearjerker. Good movie though.
Without fail, if there's a dog in a movie and the dog is a small part of the movie and the dog dies, I will tear up. I will shed at least a single tear. Like the movie Wonder. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I don't think so.
Several years back. It's a story about a kid who's got like a messed up face. And the dog in this movie, spoiler alert, is not even a big part of this movie. But this dog dies in the movie, and I cried in that movie theater. And I think it was a mixture of things because the kid was like going through it. It was like he was getting bullied and like life was not, he was probably like 12 and like life's not going good for this kid. And then his dog dies. And I was like, no freaking way, man. I cried a little bit. Cried in The Wild Robot. I teared up a little bit. Where the red friend grows. Yep. Old Yeller. Oh! I I told you guys about the time I walked in on Joy watching what's Airbud, and she was she was unwell.
Oh, Fox and the Hound.
Fox and the Hound.
Oh gosh, dude.
Oh
no. I cannot. That one's gotten worse with age.
I need to watch that one again. I want to go on a binge of all of that animation style old Disney movie, like the Aristocats,
like
Robin Hood,
in the Stone,
Sword in the Stone, Fox and the Hound, all of those ones. I want to watch all those again because they're so good.
Aristocrat slaps. Oh man.
Yeah,
yikes.
but no, I walked in on Joy watching.
No, that's a good idea.
And she was bawling. She had a sucker, was eating a sucker, tears falling down her face, and I turned the corner. This is when we lived in the Claremore house, and I was walking down the hallway, and you know how like the TV was around the corner, and I could see Joy sitting on the couch, and she's bawling. So I round the corner. And it's the part of the movie where the kid's just trying to get the dog to go away, and he's like, "Go on, get!" And he's throwing the ball. Joy is down for the count, just like totally messed up.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my goodness,
Joy, it's okay. He comes back. I was like,
oh goodness, yeah. Oh, I was literally just about to say Homeward Bound. We watch that like every Thanksgiving.
That's the one with like Shadow and
okay. No, I have it's
Sassy or whatever her name is, the cat.
Yeah. My mom does not cry in movies at all, but freaking Homeward Bound will not, like, every single time.
What was the third? What was the second dog's name? It was Shadow and
Chance.
That was
yeah. I know this because we literally just watched it like 2 months ago.
Which one's the one? There's a one where a kid gets lost with his beagle or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Animated?
No.
Or
it's the same,
live action?
Same era as like Homeward Bound, but he has like this beagle, and at the end of the movie, the dog.
Was it Spot?
Maybe, but at the end of the movie, he's like lost in the woods, and they're like trying to find their way out, and the kid gets like picked up by a helicopter, but he has to go out on, like, he gets spotted by the helicopter, right? The rescue teams has to go out on like this log that's over a ravine and like a waterfall at the bottom, right? And Shiloh, that might be it. And the
Never
dog,
seen it, but I've heard of it.
And he gets taken by the helicopter, and the dog falls off the thing, and it's like devastating. And then he gets home, and he's sitting on his back porch, and he sees the dog coming up the road. It's oh my god! It's no, I didn't cry at Bambi. Bambi's not sad.
I didn't either. I thought, hey man, nice shot.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't cry at it.
Shiloh's crazy.
Yeah, that was great.
Did you Google that, Maggie, or have you seen it? Yes. Google. Okay.
Google. There you go. Man, what else? There's oh, y'all ever seen Milo and Otis? Wasn't as much of a tearjerker, but is a
Milo and Otis.
It's about a pug and the orange cat. So it's a cute one.
I don't think so.
Oliver
and Company. Yeah. Feifel Goes West.
Yeah, dude, Feifel Goes West slaps hard.
Feifel, what's the other one? Feifel Moskowitz?
An American Tale.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are no cats in America. Listen, that's when musicals were good, okay?
Slapped.
When they were good, and now we have all this crap.
Dude.
Go ahead.
What's that?
Oh, I was just gonna say the lag is so funny because we'll be like, oh, sorry. And then it'll be like, go ahead. And then I'll start, and then you'll start because I was like waiting for you.
I know. Oh man. Yeah.
I have not seen All Dogs Go to Heaven.
I've seen parts and I'm like, okay, nope.
I know.
I'm out.
I know fun facts that are so not fun because they're so sad about that movie. I don't want to. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah. No, dude, freaking Five Goes West apparently flopped when it came out, and I have no clue how, because I watched that movie so many times.
That little dog, he's like, I got the crazy eye.
Yeah, crazy eye. Oh my gosh,
family,
I love that movie. Land Before Time slaps.
Yeah, my family will.
My kind of autism.
If I said, you know how like there's like stim words where if you say something, everybody in the everyone in the room will say it. My family, if you go up to them and you're like, "Where's the secret weapon?" Everybody will be like, "Where's the secret weapon?"
Absolutely, dude.
And he's like,
"Oh
"What
my
did
gosh.
she say? Where's the secret weapon?"
Oh
I
man,
want to watch Fievel again now too,
dude. Oh my gosh, yeah. Five Goes West. No, you said that, but is it Crazy Eye or Lazy Eye?
I think that's crazy because he like does this and his eye comes like out of his head.
Yeah. No, for sure. My family, that's the same thing.
What was that dinosaur?
Little Toaster. Which one? Land Before Time?
The Good Dinosaur?
No, yeah, she's talking about something else. No, Good Dinosaur was more recent.
That's a good movie though. I saw that one in theaters. That was good.
It's Pixar, isn't it?
Yep. Listen.
That's great.
Listen.
Oh shoot. Oh, we're back. Is that the name of the movie?
No,
we're back.
I think maybe we lagged out and now we're back.
Oh no.
I do have. Let's see. We're 4 minutes out. Let's do some weird news. I have to wake up early tomorrow, so we won't be doing.
For sure. No worries.
No, that's the name. Oh, we're back. I never heard of it.
Nice.
But so there won't be any after party, unfortunately. But
understandable, man. Get your rest.
Last kids movie I watched was Sonic 3. I have not seen Sonic. I've seen Sonic 1.
Cats Don't Dance? I don't know
That's
that one.
That's a movie? Okay. Let's move on to weird news.
That's the weird news.
That's some weird news. Welcome to Weird News. My name's Justin. This is Michael.
Howdy.
We're your hosts. Today on Weird News. Shoot, we missed it. I was supposed to tell you about this last week.
Uh-oh.
A rare 6-planet alignment to light up the night sky on January 21st. It already happened. So apparently...
There's photos of it.
There's photos. Go look it up.
It's immaculate.
There's Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and your mom all aligned on the 21st. I won't read any more into that since that's the... here's that thing I was talking about, dark humor. People who enjoy dark humor are smarter and emotionally more stable. A recent study indicates that people who enjoy dark humor are often smarter and more emotionally stable. Understanding morbid or dark jokes requires complex cognitive processing and abstract thinking, which are linked to higher intelligence levels. Additionally, these individuals tend to be emotionally resilient and less likely to take offense.
There you go.
Reflecting stronger emotional regulation. This unique combination of traits suggests an appreciation of dark humor is tied to both intellectual sharpness and emotional strength.
Nice.
Sexy Bigfoot. The title is "People who enjoy dark humor are smarter and more emotionally stable."
There was a guy I went to school with who, the school I went to, there was a lot of people who enjoyed dark humor.
Yes.
This kid, because, a lot of dark humor is, people kind of repeating stuff, and it's appreciating dark humor, but it's a lot of, repeated jokes. This kid would come up with the jokes, and he was very smart, and he was very dark. And his delivery was impeccable because he's kind of quiet, but man, he's like a country kid too, and just quiet, and then he would just rip off with the darkest, funniest thing I've ever like. Not only dark and funny, like also well written.
Yeah.
Like
Well thought out.
He was amazing. Yeah. Oh man, it was dark. He was great, fun to sit next to. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of kid you want to be friends with, especially when you're at gunsmithing school.
No, Maggie, no. Maggie, no.
Dark and funny?
Yeah, no.
Whoa! Psychologists warn it's a major red flag to relax by enjoying true crime.
I had this saved too.
I unfortunately did not see this until after. I'm just kidding. Psychologist Dr. Thema Bryan has cautioned against using true crime shows as a way to unwind, suggesting it could be a red flag for unresolved emotional issues. She explains that finding relaxation in depictions of trauma might indicate familiarity. Wow, I can't say that word.
Familiarity.
Thank you. With such experiences potentially signaling a need for counseling. Dr. Bryant urged viewers to reflect on their habits, stating, if your idea of relaxing before you go to sleep is watching 3 episodes of true crime, then I would encourage you to think about, why is trauma relaxing to me? This perspective emphasizes the importance of examining emotional triggers and their impact on mental health. I laugh because Maggie, my wife, goes to bed watching what's it called?
True crime? What?
Criminal Minds.
True crime?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if it's true crime. She also watches true crime as well. Phelan
This
says
one,
agreed.
we're talking about this next week, and I will have more information.
Length. Okay, write it down. Yeah. Write it down. We'll.
I have it written down.
We'll talk about this more.
This is yeah.
Sounds like someone who isn't emotionally regulated. Yeah, this doctor probably gets offended at dark humor, to be honest.
Maybe. That's part of my plan, is to look up who said this. And,
her name is. It's
I have the story saved.
THMA. How do you say THEMA? Thema.
My name is Emma.
Thema. My name is Thema. Like EMMA? No, Thema.
No, it's Emma.
Thema.
What?
Thema.
It's a red flag.
I said it already.
Okay.
Oh, congratulations to New York City.
Ooh, this triggered Maggie. Let's go. Oh man.
I didn't listen.
I will bring up. I will figure this out. We'll have this in more in depth next week.
we have touched a sensitive location.
Oh yeah.
For the first time, this is happy news here, people. For the first time in 30 years, New York City went 5 days without a reported shooting victim.
5?
Yeah. A whole 5 for the first time in 30 years.
That's insane.
New York City recently marked its first 5-day stretch without any shooting victims in 30 years. According to the NYPD, the milestone for Saturday evening to Thursday evening was credited to the ongoing efforts of law enforcement to reduce gun violence across the city. Unfortunately, the stretch ended soon after the announcement when a 34-year-old man was shot in Brooklyn. So far this year, the city has recorded 45 shooting victims, matching the same period's figure from last year. Maybe they shouldn't have put that out there. They shouldn't have been, because it says, unfortunately, the streak ended soon after the announcement. Somebody probably heard the announcement and was like, well, we can't have that around here. I was
like, oh, hell no, Marcus, bam.
I was meaning to shoot somebody anyway.
Oh,
Goodness gracious.
Freaking-
At least they're consistent. Hey, they're on the same track as last year. Their graph looks like this. Oh, sorry.
shoot,
It looks
man.
like this. little dip.
Oh man, good job, New York.
If we don't report the shootings, I think that's what Chicago does, actually. But
Oh shoot, yeah.
that is the weird news that I've got.
Fantastic.
For what is? Oh, yeah, that's the weird news. That's weird news. Thank you everybody for watching.
Very nice.
Sheila be still good for Zombies Wednesday night if I am available. I am starting a new project tomorrow that we have to get done. So I'm not sure, and it's 2 hours away from my house, so I'm not sure
Ooh,
how quickly I'll be home.
wait a minute.
It's work.
What? Documentary about what? Documentary about what?
I'll twerk for you later.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh no, we're gonna run out of true crime.
Yeah. What? We can't get rid of the crime. Big crime. Big crime needs all the documentaries they can get. Yeah. Text me on Wednesday, Kevin, and I will let you know what the day's looking like. But also, Kevin told me that Elite Sniper, the new Elite Sniper game, comes out
Yeah.
this week or something like that.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thursday or something.
Interesting.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Daggum.
Tuesday.
Interesting.
Is it? I think it's co-op probably, but anyhowsers, it is 1 hour 36 minutes into a podcast. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday, ain't it?
But I enjoyed this podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast.
Definitely.
Another Monday down. Another Guys You Trust With Your Drink episode in the books.
Blown away. Yes.
Blown Away is the movie. If you would like, yeah, sexy Bigfoot GG's. If you want to watch Blown Away with us, that's the one we'll be going over next Monday. Hope everybody has a great rest of their week. Have a good Tuesday. Yeah. Have a good Wednesday. Have a good Thursday. I don't care what you do on Friday. I'm just kidding. But we'll see you around. Thanks for being here. Love you, mean it.
Take care, y'all.
Peace.